Hi everyone, Mikey79 here and welcome to this new deck tech video of Magic Duels. As you can see today for you guys, I got a humans deck going on. Now humans are still a pretty strong deck in the meta, in the current meta, and they've gotten some pretty cool new tools since the release of Eldritch Moon. So I wanted to show you guys this update that I did with my humans deck. I always played humans in the Selesnya form, never in the Azorius form. So white-green for me. And like I said, they've gotten even a lot better. They were already great. They already were a top tier deck in the previous meta and they still are now. I know it's not the most exciting deck, but they are good, and that's why I do this video. It's important to show you guys a video of a deck that you see a lot of in the current meta, and it's actually fun to play with as well. If you like to go a bit more aggressive and if you need to grind for coins, this is a good way to do it because they go pretty fast, and yeah, it's quite fun to play with. So first card, it's still Kytheon, the Planeswalker. Yeah, you all know him. He's already around for more than a year, so I guess all of you know him by now. Still a great one drop for 1 mana. You get a possible Planeswalker, so no argument there, I guess. Then Expedition Envoy was still in the previous build and still is in this one. A 1 drop, a 2/1. Yeah, pretty good. Then the Militia Captain here, still in a 2/2 for 2, and when we can flip him we have to control 4 creatures to do that. Then he transforms into the Cult Leader and his power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. So the time that he flips, at least it's a 4/4. And then at the beginning of our end step we get a 1/1 token, so pretty neat. Then Thalia's Lieutenant, also still a card from the previous set. Yeah, he just buffs your creatures for 2 mana. You get a 1/1, and when he enters the battlefield each human gets a 1/1 counter on it. And after that, whenever a human enters the battlefield you get a 1/1 counter on him. So yeah, very good card. It doesn't actually matter that much when you play it in the beginning, in the mid, or if you get there in the end game. It's always a nice card to play. Then the Consul's Lieutenant is a little bit more to cast at more difficult to cast at turn 2 now, because the double white is getting a bit more difficult, because I do play a little bit more green in this deck right now than I did before. But it's still such a good card, it's difficult to let him out. We get for 2 mana a 2/1 first strike, which is already great on its own. Renown, and when he's renowned and he attacks he buffs your other creatures, so pretty decent. Then the Topan Freeblade, still 4 copies, still like it. Pretty good human. Yeah, not much to say about it, decent card. Then a new card, the Hamlet Captain. For 2 mana, a green and a generic mana, we get a 2/2, which is okay, it's not that fancy or anything. But whenever he attacks or blocks, other humans you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's another buff. He buffs all your humans. Yeah, that's if you play that together with this one, some always watching or something, then your humans are getting pretty big. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Then Declaration in Stone, it's still in 2 mana, 1 white, and yeah, it's just a great spot removal in this deck, because usually your opponent won't have the time to sack the clue to draw a card, because it goes too fast. He needs to play blockers or whatever, or spot removal. He has to play other things to keep the board under control. He can't occupy his time with sacking tokens. Then the Lantern Scout, I still play 1 copy. Yeah, it's still a great card, I guess. I don't know, if I have to drop something out now, I guess this will be it. But for now it's still a decent card. You get some lifelink when he enters the battlefield, and that can be a good thing sometimes. Then Thalia, Heretic Cathar. Yeah, this is absolutely a amazing card. You pay 3 mana, 1 white, you get a 3/2, which is already good for that cost, and on top of that she's got first strike, which is excellent, and then she's got another ability: creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. This is an awesome card. Too bad we can only play 2 copies of it. Yeah, it's a great attacker, it's a great defender, and it slows your opponent down like hell. Everything comes into play tapped, almost everything. Yeah, it's just an amazing card. The blockers that he puts out for your humans that are already on the board, they just come tapped into play. He can't block, he can't cast whatever he wants, because many lands of him will come tapped into play. This is really a very nice addition to this deck. Then the Tireless Tracker, yeah, he's still in there. 3 mana, 1 green, 3/2. You all know him. You've seen a lot of him last season, and you will see a lot of him this season. He's just a great card, especially in a human deck where they're still very vulnerable to wipes. So if you come across a control deck, which you see less of these days, at least that's my experience, you see more aggro and humans and all that kind of thing. But when you face a control deck with a lot of board wipes, that's still something that is very difficult for humans to get over with, because you flood the board, your hand is empty, and then they wipe it, and yeah, usually that's good game. But with this one, if you can play him and you can get a few clues on the field, maybe you can come back from a wipe by sacking all those clues and drawing some cards. So this is a very important card in that point of view. And he's a great hitter. Now, the Veteran Warleader for 3 mana, I still think this is a very decent card in this deck. Obviously you're gonna have a lot of humans around, so this should be become a pretty big creature. Yeah, and his second ability, we do play a little bit allies, not that much, but we do play them. It's pretty neat. Then the Castellan, I dropped 1 copy for other things, but it's still a decent card. For 3 mana we get a potential 4/5, which is not bad, and he's got vigilance, so still a great card. Then Always Watching, yeah, it's a key card in this deck, and it still is, so yeah, kept it in. Then the Collective Effort, that's a new one. So we pay 3 mana and 2 white, and then we get a lot of options. We get to destroy a target creature with power 4 or greater, destroy target enchantment, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls. So usually what you're gonna play with this is the last ability, because it's another buff to all your creatures. Now you can also escalate it and even play everything if you want, and you just have to tap an untapped creature. So for 3 mana and you have creatures enough, that shouldn't be a problem. You can actually play everything. And the first ability is also pretty interesting because when you face a creature that's a bit bigger, we only have the Declaration in Stone to deal with it, basically, and now this one can get rid of that too. So it's a good removal, a good buff, and if there's an annoying enchantment like maybe a tutelage or something, then yeah, that's a problem solved too. Now, the only card that doesn't have any synergy with humans is this one, but she is so good on her own that you just have to play her. Gisela, the Broken Blade. For 4 mana, 2 white, we get a 4/3 body, flying, first strike, lifelink, and the rest we don't pay attention because we don't play Bruna. But this card on its own, it can win you the game. This card on its own. So it's an amazing card. It's absolutely one of the best cards in this set, together with Thalia, and they're both white. So creature-wise, I'm talking about. So yeah, this is an auto-include, even if it's not a human. Thank God it's not a human. If it would be a human, it would be even more broken. But yeah, the fact that this is an angel is doesn't matter. Just play her. She's awesome on her own. Great card for that cost. Then another 4-drop, Heron's Grace Champion. 2 generic, a green and a white, and we get a very decent human knight. A 3/3 for 4. Okay, that might seem expensive, but the abilities make more than up for it. He's got flash, he's got lifelink, and when he enters the battlefield, other humans you control get +1/+1 and gain lifelink. So basically, yeah, this is another buff. You can play it on instant speed. This is just an amazing card. If you play against humans and he attacks with everything and he's got 4 mana open, be prepared to get this guy on the board. So he swings for more. This guy can make sure that there is lethal damage. So be careful when you face humans. Always bear in mind that this could be played when you play Selesnya humans. Then Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Yeah, it's still a great planeswalker. Great synergy with the humans. Yeah, just a great card, I guess. No, he doesn't have. Yeah, he does have a bit synergy with the +1 ability, but the tokens aren't humans, I think. No, they're not humans. So, but anyway, there are tokens, and they just make the board bigger. So it's still okay. And basically, you're just gonna attack with him with a +1. Usually, what I do is just when I put him on the battlefield, I play the 0 ability because I can't attack with him that turn, and then from then on, I will usually only play the +1. Or maybe the emblem to buff up my creature. So great card. Then the mana base, I play 8 plains, 5 forests, the Canopy Vista, all 2 copies. We still play the Abbey, 2 copies. It's still an alternative win condition that is still very great, because yeah, if we can get this guy on the board, it's usually a good game. Then the Sunpetal Grove 2 copies, and the Evolving Wilds 4 copies. He's also got us. That's great synergy with the Tireless Tracker. So, and that's the deck for you guys. So as you see, I made some changes. I just made the deck a lot better. It was already good. It's even got better now. If we check out the mana curve, so the 4 1-drops are the Envoy, or how is it called again? I still got problems with the name, man. Expedition Envoy, yeah, that's it. So those are those 4 copies, and from then on we got a bunch of 2-drops, 3-drops, and then the few 4-drops. As you can see, it's a pretty fast curve. We play 32 white and 11 green stuff. So yeah, 30 creatures. So yeah, still vulnerable to board wipes, but other than that, it's a very decent deck that you should definitely try out, especially when you want to grind some coins. This is very interesting to do it in a fast way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this deck tech video. Check out the gameplay video. I have no doubt that you guys will do that. It's usually the other way around. The guys that only watch gameplay videos don't check out the deck tech videos, which I can understand. Gameplay is more interesting to watch than deck tech videos, I guess. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I see you guys at the gameplay video. See you then, guys. Bye bye.